Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kaye Boehning with Tomorrow's Pros Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Hey, we got something new today. Check this out. Welcome in.
Why, thanks.
We're new. We're live, and here we go.
I'm not that live.
I saved the best for you guys today.
You're so kind to us, Rob.
This has been a plan for a very, very long time to make it more homey in here. And so, see, you get to do this now. You get to just kind of kick it. Yeah, doesn't that kind of hurt a little bit?
A little does.
Yeah. So, hey, welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the new little setup in here. I was up here late last night. Braylon was helping me out. I don't know. Would you say helping, Kaye, when the children are kind of going through wires and you
I
have to?
saw the pictures. I think she was helping.
She was helping. What would you say, Kaye? Is it helping, or is it just kind of making it longer to get stuff done?
No, I mean,
both.
you're teaching them a valuable experience, and just letting her be with you and see what you do and things like that is just, I remember those times with my dad. I remember crawling through the attic with him when he was going to fix something, and he laid down a tool and I picked it up, and then he was like, "Where'd I put the wrench?" And it's like, "Oh, here it is, Daddy," But, that was back when they had the old stairs along the side of the garage wall to get up in the attic, and didn't have those fancy ladders you could climb up now. And, just him teaching me where to step upstairs in the attic so I wouldn't go through the ceiling.
Make sure to step on the rafters and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, just that trust that he had in me to let me go up there and follow him and not go through the ceiling. So those are valuable things I remember about doing with my dad. So, she may or may not remember that experience, but it builds that bond.
I think it's so funny you said that. See, this living room setup in here now it's bringing back good stories. This was the whole point of this, Kaye. It's just, Rick, you got any good stories you want to share with us?
Nope.
Rick was just like,
yeah, made me cry first thing in the morning. Thanks, Rob.
Rick immediately, nope, nothing.
Oh, I had a fairly good childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I was thinking yesterday, in fact, when Braylon was in here helping me, I thought about those things, Kaye. When she was wearing that headset, I was, before, and I'd made a post about this yesterday, not as a negative post. Someone I thought took it negative. I was like, not negative. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I thought about when I was broadcasting sports, when I was here at Sam, my niece came with me to a game, and that was so much fun. And I always thought about, at the time, I thought about how cool is this going to be one day when my children, I'll let them come up and hang out in the booth with me and do stuff. And now, I'm not broadcasting college anymore. I'm still broadcasting high school, and I thought, it'll still be pretty neat one day if I'm still doing that I'll have my, my little boy. And I'm kind of waiting for that day because I need help. So it'd be fun to just have them come hang out with me. But it is cool. My buddy Mike Hammett brings his son. He's a Division I broadcaster at Louisiana Tech, and it's or at ULM, not Louisiana Tech, University of Louisiana at Monroe. And it's really cool because you'll see pictures of he's calling a football game, and then there's his son right in the middle of him, and he's a little guy, probably 7-8 years old. And so I want to build those memories. Whatever I do, I want my children to be involved. Even Caden was up here yesterday, and he was just going nuts. He was running around, and people spend all this money on these child fences to block them in places. Man, a big cardboard box works just as well until they discover they can get into it and do stuff. But temporarily it worked. I put it in the hallway here, and Caden had his own little running area last night, so he was running all over the place in here. So just a lot of fun memories. Well, folks, we want to welcome you in as we get rolling this morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Huntsville, Texas, and we want to welcome you into from your office into our living room this morning. So maybe you're in your living room. Maybe you're not working today, but we want to welcome you in, and thanks for being with us. Episode, I'm looking here, 377. 377. We are getting close to 400. That'd be cool if 400 falls on a Wednesday. We'll have do y'all remember bringing me a cake on the 100th episode? I didn't forget about that. It was good memories. So we're hoping maybe 400 will fall on Rick and Kaye Day. We're going to rename this, instead of Tomorrow's Promise, it's going to be Rick and Kaye Day on Wednesdays.
Should be Kaye and Rick Day.
Kaye and Rick. Well, I always put her first. So Rick, I wanted to put you first this time.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but she's the one that does everything.
I'm very mindful of this, by the way. Whenever I type in the mornings or sometimes the day before, I'll set up our show, and I'm very mindful because I will put co-hosts on Wednesday. I have to put an S instead of co-host. I make it plural, and I'm very mindful of always putting K in there first. So
She comes first.
So we just have you in there first,
because
Kaye.
she tells me.
It's alphabetically first.
Alphabetically first?
Yeah.
That's really why I do it, to be honest. I mean, yeah.
I mean, when you address a letter, it was Mr. and Mrs.
Do you ever get, if someone, I don't mean this in a bad way, but if someone is a widow, I've always wondered this, do you still put MRS period, or does it change to MS period? Because there's been times I think about those little things, and I used to handwrite, and every once in a while I'll still handwrite a letter. But I'll never forget, a few years ago, there was a lady who had lost her husband, and I just wanted to write her a letter, and I didn't know if I put MRS, if it would upset her because, it'd been a couple of months and I was thinking about her and I never got a clear answer on how I should address that. What would you do? Would you put MS or would you keep it as MRS? Or do you think they would even notice?
I would address it the same way I always had addressed it.
I would too.
If you were used to putting Miss MS on it, or if you were just used to just writing the name, or Mrs.
Yeah, it's those little things that I think about sometimes. But I was thinking of her, and I was like, man, I hope that she doesn't read this and then see into that. Maybe I'm seeing into it too much. Sometimes I have the problem of seeing into things a little too much.
Overthink a little bit.
Overthink. We called it back in the day, and when we were preparing for a broadcast, and coaches would do this too, and I did it in a broadcasting, but I would call it paralysis by analysis. I think sometimes
That makes sense.
You can analyze stuff too much, and then you just kind of freeze
It
up.
happens in the business world a lot.
Then you're just frozen, right? And you're like, what do I do next? And you have a checklist in front of you of 30 things, and you're like, where do I start? You want to start at the top, but then your brain starts, well, if I start at the top, then this one, and then before you know it, you're like an hour's gone, and you haven't checked off anything. So, well, hey, we do want to welcome you in as we get started this morning. Big shout out to, even though we're not over there anymore, big shout out Paul Oley.
We love
you, Paul.
Paul, we still love you, buddy, for all of your custom framing photography more. I told Paul I was always going to support him.
Have you ever had Paul on the show?
No, that'd be a good idea to have him on. We can bring him on on a Wednesday. Bring Paul Oley on. He did a frame for you guys.
He's done more than that.
Yeah, he's done several.
Many. In fact, one of the frames he did, somebody broke the glass out of it, and I need to get more glass in it.
Someone threw the remote.
That wasn't me.
We think it was when we got a new refrigerator that they.
They might have knocked it over.
Somebody decided to knock
And
over
then
the
they
photo
put it.
frame.
They put it in a corner so that maybe we wouldn't see it. So.
And it worked. Didn't see it till 2 weeks later.
20 years later, you're like, oh, well, I knew we got upset at each other that night, but I didn't know you got rid of the photo. Ends up behind the bed around the corner.
It's actually a citation for her. She's got
cool.
so many awards and citations.
Well, Paul, we appreciate you for all of your custom framing, photography, and more. Paul Oley at the Gallery, 1201 University. We appreciate you very much, Paul. And, of course, Elliot Herzig, we're continuing our Care Center Huntsville Diamonds of Hope. And we had another 2 donations yesterday. So now I think I'm down to 11 of those pendants. 11 of them are remaining. And for a suggested donation of $100, we'll provide you with a beautiful diamond necklace as well as 2 diamond earrings. Kaye got a set from Rick, and it was very beautiful. And we appreciate Elliot Herzig. Those are valued at $300. I said $320. I was lying. The tag says $319. So just to be clear, I didn't want to lie to people. That $320 is a lot more valuable than $319.
Is it?
It is. That $1. Nowadays, that dollar is really valuable.
Well, by the time you pay tax, it'd be like $330.
$330 taxable value.
Yeah.
But you can donate. Just a $100 suggested donation will get you in for that. And again, we appreciate it. Every dollar earned will go to Care Center Huntsville. We're going to end that campaign, by the way, on Friday. So any remaining inventory that we have on those will go back to Elliot. But as of right now, we have 11 of those remaining. So we want to say thank you to all of you that have been able to be a part of that. We've raised $900 so far for Care Center Huntsville. So we very much appreciate all the support and helping out with that. And also, of course, here on this wonderful Wednesday, or as we call it sometimes, Wednesday.
The Care Center has a wonderful program.
Yeah, great program. Y'all were there, too. We're here with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools. Did you notice that, what I just did?
Yes.
I did it on purpose. See if you're paying attention, Kaye. I put some Z's in there for you. Montessori schools. That's the first time I've done that in a long time, by the way.
Yeah, why?
I just wanted to do it.
He likes to mess with me.
Well, we're in this new living room. It's a kind of a reminiscing day now. Rick's over here looking around. He's like, well, it looked like until I looked at the wall over there. But no, we appreciate Tomorrow's Promise. Hey, I'm telling you, friends, for the best early childhood education in this community, nobody beats Tomorrow's Promise. The Montessori method is an incredible way for your children to learn, to have hands-on experience. I don't say this boastfully, Kaye, and I've mentioned it on our show several times. I don't boast about this, but I love the fact that my children, especially when we're out in public, are engaged. Mm-hmm. And what do I mean by engaged? They're not engaged in a screen. And I want to point this out. And I was going to take an early break, but we'll continue this discussion because I think it's very important. First and foremost, parents that are watching, or if you're watching back on a replay, please don't consider that I am judging you because I'm not judging anybody on this. But I'm encouraging you to get those electronic devices out of your kids' faces, out of your children's faces. We were at the P6 Farms. Have you ever been out there or heard of it in Montgomery? Big. They do a huge fall festival. It's called P6 Farms. Beautiful, 30 acres. They have carnival rides, big, huge slides, petting zoos. I mean, a ton of stuff. There were so many people at this thing. And it's a theme park price to get in. It was like, well, no, it's not. Back when I was a kid, it was $25 to get into Fiesta, Texas. Now it's like $100.
Yeah.
So it's $24 to get in, but children, I think it was 3 and under were free. So it was like $50. It was well worth it. Bridget and I went. Well, Braylon wanted to go on the Ferris wheel ride. They had kind of a big, not huge, but a good sized Ferris wheel. The cages were open, by the way, so that was kind of nerve-wracking, thinking, here's my little girl. And she was just tall enough to get on. But they have a little lap belt, little lap thing that goes on. The line was pretty long. I estimated probably about a 30-minute wait. It ended up being closer to 40, 45 minutes. We're halfway through the line, and Bridget was so patient because she was with Caden. Caden couldn't go, so they were kind of hanging out under a tree. Well, we're halfway through the line, Rick and Kay, or Kay and Rick. See, I corrected it.
It's okay.
We're halfway through the line, and Braylon starts screaming, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. I said, no, ma'am, we're going. We've been waiting. And I'm glad that I did that because some parents will give in and say, okay, baby, you don't have to go. But I also want to challenge my children. I want to encourage them and help them to overcome their fears. Now, if she would have been just absolutely ludicrous and screaming her guts out and kicking and screaming, then I probably would have gave in and said, okay, sweetheart, you don't have to, because that's a different kind of fear, you know. But she was fussy. I don't want to go down here. And I just said,
Tired of waiting in line, probably.
Yeah, I said, just chill out. Well, then we finally get there. And I really did say, just chill out. And she goes, okay, Daddy. And then she started kicking and screaming. And what it was, some other little kid was on there. And this was a kid, by the way. This wasn't a child. This was a kid. Just screaming when they were, ah! And I was like, stop doing that. You're making my daughter scared. So we finally get up there. And she did start to go a little bit more serious. I don't want to go, Daddy. And she wanted to sit in my lap, but you can't sit in the lap. There's no way. And so finally I got her and I said, look, sit down, baby. It'll be fine. And she held on to me tight. And they put that thing down. And as soon as it started going, ah! And then literally 2 seconds later, oh, and she started laughing. And then she goes, I don't want to get off, Daddy. And I think the operator heard her say that because, man, he let us ride on that thing for 10 or 15 minutes. I felt like we were getting VIP treatment on this Ferris wheel. And then when we got off, I said, man, thank you for that. My little girl, Braylon, loved it. The reason I bring up this story, though, and I go back, and Kay, you can chime in on this because you've talked about it too, but I think it's so important. We are at the line for the Ferris wheel, and guess what was happening in the line of the Ferris wheel?
Everybody had their devices out.
No, there was a child, not on a phone. They brought the tablet into the farm, and in line, the child is sitting there watching the tablet. And I was like, are you kidding me?
So many parents use that as a babysitter.
I almost wanted to say, it took everything within me, Kay. I wanted to go up and be like, man, what are you doing? But that's not me. I'm not the parent. But I'll be honest, it irked me. It really irked me that here we are in a line. Like, I'm not even cool with it at a restaurant. But it's whatever. But here we are at a line at a family fair. And I already know people, well, you don't know what the child's going through. The child was okay. There wasn't anything that I could notice that the child, had something going on to where they needed to remain focused on something like that. The child was, talking and someone would say something, then they would look away, oh, hi, and then they'd go back to watching the screen. I just wanted you to chime in on that, Kay, because does it kind of irk you? Does it upset you? Because it upsets me when I see that stuff. And I'm not even their parent. I'm not going to say anything, but I really get fired up about it.
It makes me feel sad for the child because the brain development that's going on, those devices and things like that are contributing to the formation of ADHD. and attention spans and things like that, and causing learning difficulties and things that's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for that child to overcome. So when you start them off early doing those kind of things with those kind of devices, it causes different areas of the brain to develop in not the best ways. And there are a few children that have a developmental delay or a developmental problem that, for the family to go out and do something, they kind of need something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's why I was careful.
That's like 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000.
That's why I was careful to say that I noticed this child wasn't doing anything where it's like they didn't need it.
But I don't know if you've seen, there was a picture, it was a little video of about a month or so ago of a 3 and 4-year-old that was laying on the floor and curled up in a ball doing this.
Oh, I saw that. And
that was scrolling on a tablet that didn't exist. But that was his soothing mechanism, like having a blankie or, a pacifier or something. And, but he was he was older, and it was just sad.
You know who sent me that video, by the way?
I might have sent it to you.
You may have sent it. I think you did, and then Richard and Linda Horn sent it to me as well. Linda Horn sent it to me, and when I saw that, I was literally in tears.
Yeah.
And friends, for what Kaye is talking about, there was a child laying on their back. They were clearly upset, and they were just going like this in the air. It wasn't some AI generated. We got to be careful because that AI stuff's getting crazy. But this was not an AI generated video. This was not a staged video. The child was on their back going like that.
Well, there was another one of a child in a fetal position doing that. Scrolling and had one hand out where it's like he was holding a phone, and the other hand scrolling with the finger.
It's like I don't even know how to react. The only thing that I could think of in that moment was just I was just sad for that child. Mm-hmm. Like my heart ached for it. Then I thought about Rick and what he does, and everything.
Yeah. You got over it pretty quick, right?
But yeah, well, hey, a lot going on. Kaye, thank you for that. We'll have some more Wednesday Wisdom coming up here in just a few moments. Hey, we do want you to interact with us. Let us know that you're out there this morning, whether you're on the YouTube feed, you may be on Facebook. By the way, we got started on time this morning.
Yes, you did.
We're working hard on that, I promise. I'm trying to not have the opposite of Rick Warren, the purpose-driven life. I'm not trying to have the excuse-driven life. So I'm being very mindful about that. And we have started, by the way, I'm getting Braylon up a little bit earlier now. So I can't do it all at once, but we're little by little getting her up a little bit earlier. And so she's getting up about 5:50 now. So
a few weeks it'll be 4:50.
Yeah, I'm hoping not.
No, time change.
Oh, yeah. Oh. That's better.
You fall back.
You fall back. Aren't they going to do away with that soon? Wasn't that on the table?
I believe the Senate passed it, but the House did not. One or the other passed it that it would go away, and the other house has not.
I want to do some more research on why is that so important. I think we just need to get rid of it because
I think we do too.
There's all kinds of studies that talk about how damaging it is to the productivity, to the farmers and the cows getting milked, just all across the board, the accidents that happen, people falling asleep while they're driving, it's stupid.
So what's the deal for it? I've never really looked into it and researched why it even started to begin with.
Didn't it start during World War II?
I think it was before that.
Or World War One.
Yeah, something to do with farmers needing more daylight. And there's an old Indian adage that it would take a white man to cut a foot off a blanket, sew it on the top, and think that makes it a different length.
Took me a while to process that. Okay, and in my mind, I'm picturing this happening. When you said foot, I thought of someone's foot at first.
Cut a foot off the blanket.
No, I didn't think it had anything to do with the farmers. I thought it had to do with, because farmers get up and whenever they want to. I thought it was.
I've read it, but I cannot.
I thought it had to do
Pull
with
it out of my memory.
industry and running lights at night.
Could be.
That if they changed it and made maximum use of the daylight time, then they would use less electricity.
That might be it. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll tell you what.
You're going to Google that on break, right?
We will research this. Yeah, we're going to research this and get back to folks. This is a very important topic. You know what? In fact, why doesn't this happen? Why don't somebody out there research it for us and tell us? That'd be even better. Sometimes people pick up what we're putting down in the morning. So
I was going to say, has Kyle said anything yet?
Yeah, Kyle, where are you? I don't even see Kyle on here yet this morning. I figured Kyle would. Kyle's been coming in hanging out with us, by the way. So it's always.
Well, he knew it was us today. He didn't want to show up.
It's always good. Yeah. Sorry, Kyle. Well, hey, we're going to take our first break. I do want to remind you we are continuing our keyword this week, and guess what it is? It's something that happened to me the other day. I told Kaye that I was not happy about this. Look at the keyword. It's deer.
Is next week's going to be vote?
Should be. Yeah, we're getting close. By the way, if you haven't signed up for 40 Days of Prayer, we've been putting that out every single morning at 6 a.m. It is a prayer guide, non-biased, non-partisan, just some different topics to pray about over the next 40 days up until the election day. So you can sign up for that at 40daysofprayer.substack.com. We've got about 100 people on that list that those go out to every morning. Again, it's 40 days of prayer.substack.com. I'll put that up in the comments here in just a few moments. But the keyword is deer. And my dears, we've been giving away Cafe Texan gift cards. So big thanks to Tiffany Gobble, Troy, and all the staff, Vance, and everyone up there. We have another $25 gift card we are giving away today. Hey, and I'm about to come up with a rule. If you don't come pick up these gift cards after like a month, they're going back into the prize pot. I've got like 4 prizes that people have not picked up yet, and they know that they're here. So
you could donate it to me.
Yeah, we'll donate it to Rick. We're going to set an expiration. If you don't come for 30 days, the prizes are going back into the pool, or they're going to go to Rick.
Yeah.
We'll put them up for auction. How about that, Rick?
Yeah, I'll pay $1.
Yeah, Rick gets first bid. But keyword is deer. All you got to do is text in deer, D-E-E-R, on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, that number is 936-339-0139. We'll step aside. We'll take a break as we continue on. More to discuss when we come back, and let us know that you're out there. Do us a favor, like and share this broadcast as we continue promoting the good here in Huntsville. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your four-legged family members.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
40 Days USA.
40 days of prayer for our nation.
Please join Jonathan Alexander, VP of Governmental Affairs and Senior Counsel for Liberty Counsel, as he prays for protection and return to the Constitution and Bill of Rights.
40 days. Father in heaven, we come before you with hearts grateful for your blessings, the blessings that you've given us in this country. We thank you for your influence in our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. We thank you that because you've created men equal, you've allowed us to understand the principles of liberty, of equality, and justice. You've entrusted us with these things, and they are a great responsibility for us to keep them. Help us honor and uphold you, your principles and your truth be the one motivating factor as we elect our leaders in this next month. We ask all this in Jesus' name we pray.
Join us as we pray for our nation by going to 40daysusa.com to receive the 40 Days USA prayer guide and other free resources. That's 40daysusa.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kaye Boehning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today. All right, well, welcome back at it, friends. We continue on here. Good morning, Huntsville. Good morning. Kaye, can you give us a good morning real quick? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, can I give a shout out to my friend Wade Thibodeau real quick? Sure. He doesn't sponsor the show, but you know what? He's a friend, and
Wade's a good guy.
Wade is a wonderful guy, and I've talked about Brenda. I love Brenda too over at the Item, but man, I want to give a shout out to Wade. If you don't get the Walker County Press, I encourage you to pick one of these up and subscribe to it. They got them for free all around town, but if you want to get it in your mailbox, do you pay for them? I don't even know how it works, or does he just send them out? I don't know if you can pay to subscribe to it.
I don't know. I get one every Thursday.
I don't know if we pay for it.
Yeah. I'm just going to tell you, it's just a good local countywide paper.
Yeah.
And I forgot where I was at yesterday and saw a stack of these, and I picked up. So I said, well, that'd look great on my coffee table here at the studio now. But there's just so many. It's just good news. It's good news. Now, one of my favorite. Excuse me, I get a little choked up talking about this. One of my favorite parts of the. Let's see if it's in this one. I don't know which edition it is. Yeah, there it is. There you go. There it is.
Incarcerated people.
The old arrest report. I always keep an eye on this for Rick. So far he hasn't.
I've ever in there.
So far, he hasn't made it in there. So, I mean, we don't report on this kind of stuff here on our platform. It's a little bit different. We promote only the good, but there's things that need to be reported on, and every media place has their place. Every media organization has their place, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Wade this morning because he does a great job with this.
He really does.
And it is kind of neat, though. This is the most popular section, by the way, from everyone in town I talk to. They go, yeah, we can't wait to open up that Walker County Press and take a look at the arrest report, see if we made it this week. But just good stuff in here. I really liked it. And it's, what I like about it? It's just really like small and easy. It's quick.
Well, he writes a column in there called, I think, Under the Shade Tree.
Wade in the Shade, isn't it?
Wade in the Shade.
Wade in the Shade. But it's just, I don't know, it's just quick and easy. If you just want a quick glance at the news, this is great. I need to holler at Wade and see if we can put like a little Hello Huntsville thing in there or something. That'd be kind of neat. Just like
That's not very expensive.
No, just like a little Hello Huntsville section in there.
We have a ad in there.
So there it is. Local news, useful news, trusted news. Walker County Press, courtesy of Wade Thibodeau. Go support him. And I brought that up because, friends, we need to support local business. We need to support all of the great folks that are helping to make Huntsville great, such as Tomorrow's Promise. And I know that you have a choice when it comes to child care, but I will encourage you, just as we have done. Caden is back at, just full disclosure, Caden is back at home because Bridget is not working right now, and she wanted to be with him. In fact, she didn't want him to go when she started work. She's like, I don't want to leave my baby, but I know I have to. It's understandable, but once she gets working, we'll have Caden back. But I'm going to tell you, friends, if you are looking for a place for education where children are going to learn, and something else, Kaye. I like this new setup because I get to give you a little touch on the knee. Something else, Kaye. Rick's over there like, you better watch out, man. Rick's.
I'm used to it. She flirts with everybody.
Rick's upset. Sorry, buddy. Here you go. There you go. Got you too, man. No, what I'm getting, I know that she picks this up at Tomorrow's Promise. Guess what Braylon was doing yesterday, Kaye? I've already told you that she starts speaking in Spanish, counts to 10, courtesy of Miss Gloria, which is awesome. Well, now, just out of nowhere, she goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We haven't taught her that. She's counting the days. And now she goes, my birthday's coming up. She's like, I'm going to be 3. My birthday's coming up. And I said, when's your birthday, sweetheart? She goes, Momember. She says Momember. But those things, I guarantee she's learned them at Tomorrow's Promise. We're not sitting her in front of a TV teaching her things. That she's getting hands-on education at a young age. And I'm kind of nervous when she gets into kindergarten. That little book may be the smartest one in the class. I mean, she is just a little rock star, and it's thank you to Tomorrow's Promise. Friends, I want to encourage you again. You have a choice when it comes to childcare. I encourage you, not because Kaye and Rick are here and they support this program, but I've supported Kaye and Rick long before this program even existed. When I first came to Huntsville and heard about them, one, they're active in the community. They give back. But number 2, they truly are passionate. And Kaye is very passionate about children, which if you've heard her story, it's kind of funny because you were like, well, yeah, no, I never thought children were in my radar. And then see how God laughed at you and said, here you go. And it's been funny.
Well, there's a couple of things.
It's cool how that works.
The school is a nonprofit. And that's so we can give back to the community and so we can do like things like the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. So the school's a nonprofit just like the Red Cross. And actually right now we have a few openings, just a few.
Just a few.
Just a few.
It's what we'd say in baseball broadcasting. Just to the outside.
So
I don't think I ever did that really. So just a few openings. Tomorrowspromise.info for more information on how you can get involved and get your children involved, which is the most important. And also y'all have the what do y'all call it? It's like the day out, the night out.
We have Parents' Night Out. We also have the Public Pre-K Partnership. So
mention a little bit more about that because I've had some people ask me about that. Yeah. Talk about that for a moment.
So if you can qualify to go to Gibbs for pre-K, I'm sorry, Gibbs isn't. If you qualify for pre-K, publicly funded pre-K, you can choose Tomorrow's Promise to bring your child. And just like you would if you went to Gibbs or one of the elementary schools kind of thing. And the advantage is we're small.
Mm-hmm.
And, your child's not in with 400 other children in the big elementary school. And our playgrounds are designed for children that age. Our curriculum, our teachers, our expertise in that age. We've got teachers that have been with us for years that are teaching that age group. And so if you qualify, there's certain income level. There's if you speak Spanish in the home, if you are a first-star family, if you are an active veteran, there's if you're homeless, sharing a like an apartment complex with an apartment with another family, that can be designated homeless because you're sharing it with another family. There's all kinds of different avenues that you can qualify to get your child's pre-K experience paid for. Now, if you want to stay past 8 to 3, then you have to pay before and after school care rate, which, a lot of you're going to have to do it when they go first grade anyway. So, but the 3-year-olds, you can get free pre-K from 8 to 12, and then the 4-year-olds is 8 to 3.
It's awesome. It's a good partnership, and again, this is Kaye working behind the scenes, making all this happen. It's not easy with what you do, and you guys have a lot of children over there, a lot of great employees and locations too, and there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that requires the wheel to keep turning, and Kaye, you do a good job turning that wheel.
There's a lot of regulations. I mean,
there are so many regulations.
We're also part of the Centers of Excellence, which is a group out of Houston. We're the farthest north and the only center, I believe, in Walker County that's part of the Centers of Excellence program that is trying to make sure that the children are ready for kindergarten when they go to kindergarten. That, of course, we're Texas Rising Star vendors, which means we meet and exceed what licensing expects. Licensing just came out and visited us on Monday.
Does you have to pay, like when they come out and the licensing, is that provided by the state, or do you have to pay for the license?
You pay a licensing fee once a year, and it's based on how many children you have, and then you have to pay for background checks and things like that. But I think she went over, I'm not sure how many standards she went over, but we had absolutely no violations.
Wow, that's great. Yeah,
that's
great. That's huge.
So,
because they can tick you for the smallest things.
Yeah, that's huge. And friends, that's what we're talking about. Whenever you talk about excellence and talk about your children, that's why we take ours to Tomorrow's Promise. Braylon's exceeding, doing so well. Caden, when he was there, did phenomenal. Which is, I in a way, I kind of hate it. Of course, I want Bridget to work. I'm happy that he's home, but he's walking now, and I just want to bring him back over there.
She needed to have that experience of being with him.
Yeah, but I want to see y'all's teachers see him walking now because they loved him so much. So it's a cool.
Yeah, but just a cutie is why.
Yeah.
As a mom, the best. Most of the time, the best person to be with the children is the mom.
Yeah, it ain't daddy. Trust me, it's his mom.
Well, or the parents or the grandparents.
I know you have a daddy's girl.
The parents are the parents, unless they're going to do this with the child.
Yeah.
Or sit them in front of the TV. If they're trying to work from home and they've got the child parked in front of the TV or something like that, then that's not what's best for the child. They need to be in a place where they're interacting with items and learning things and not being parked in front of the TV.
It's pretty important to interact with other children, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was joking. I said not the daddies because Bridget's number 1, I'm number 2. But with my little Braylon, I have to tell Braylon, Braylon, go give Mom a hug because you don't realize you're kind of hurting her feelings. Like this morning, I went and whenever I get her up now, I got her up and she's just kind of stretching and she's kind of grump. She's already got that little teenage grump to her,
already.
Yeah, she's got the teenage grump already.
Look forward to that for 15 more
Yeah,
years.
but she gets over pretty quick, and then she's like, I just want to be with you, Daddy. And I was like, no, you need to go sit with Mama for a little bit. No. And so I gave her something to eat, and then she sat down, and, while I continued to get ready. But Caden, that's a whole different story. As soon as Bridget was up here, too, last night with me here at the studio while we were kind of reorganizing stuff. I'm going to tell you, man, as soon as Bridget walked out of here, Caden just went nuts because Bridget went to go get Braylon from Tomorrow's Promise, And I said, well, just leave Caden here. He can hang out with me. And as soon as she walked out, and just screaming. Like, no, I said, chill out, man. Is it okay to tell your kids to chill out? Is that okay, your children, to tell them to chill out?
What's it going to hurt?
Yeah, I tell them to chill out. I'm like, y'all just need to chill out. Bridget's like, they're babies. They're just crying. I was like, they need to chill out.
If you use language to say, I understand you're upset because Mommy left, but Mommy will be back in a few minutes. Then you're explaining what's going on.
So I should do that and then say chill out.
Chill out, man. She'll be back.
Hey, Mom will be back in a moment. Chill out. See, you could word it like that. That would be okay. Just chill out. Mom will be back.
Yeah, explain what's going on, because as far as he's concerned, he may never see Mommy again.
That's right.
They're in that stage of, or at least he is, of, she leaves and he's never going to see her again.
I do the same thing when Kaye leaves.
I think about that, not to change the subject, Kaye, but I think about that with my pets. We'll take them to Magnolia Kennel sometimes, and I'm sitting there thinking, do my poor dogs know that we are going to come back? I think they do, because over there, Steph is the dog whisperer, and they just prance on in, and they're happy. But I just wonder about that. The poor dogs, how do they know that? How do they know you're going to come back? Just based on experience, the first time you ever take them, they have no idea. So
our dog gets a little anxious when she sees the suitcases.
She knows that something's happened. Do y'all take her with you sometimes?
Sometimes, not very often.
Is that the one that I don't want to bring up anything sad if something's happened, but is that the little puppy that thought was on the deathbed that one morning you brought her into the studio? And she's okay.
She's okay.
Good night. I thought that poor little pup was on her last leg that day.
She still is.
That leg's been pretty strong.
It's just been a good, strong leg.
She gets medication 3 times a day.
Okay.
She has congestive heart failure.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Well, she's, getting close to 17?
Yeah.
November?
Well, yeah, it's because I saw Rick. You had brought her in to the studio. A year ago, wasn't it? It was like a year ago. So, well, hey, Kaye, I wanted to mention we did have. I'm just reading through some comments here. We did have someone come in. Our friend Sky Carlton over at Deep Clean, Texas. She has given us an explanation of daylight savings time. Now, it happened long before World War I, though. I'll get to what she found, but I wanted you to explain what you found. Something involving none other than Benjamin Franklin. What'd you find out for us,
Yeah,
Kaye?
Benjamin Franklin, 1874, actually had the idea to add an hour to the daylight to save on candles, burning of the candles. And then in World War I think I read Germany implemented it. And then in World War II, the United States made it permanent.
So there is kind of the rundown. It started with none other than Benjamin Franklin. Now, I saw a rap video one time. It was one of these rappers that had stacks of $100 bills, kind of like Rick and I. We walk around with stacks. And
we make it rain.
Yeah, we make it rain.
Monopoly money doesn't count.
Yeah.
Guys, I keep telling you that.
It counts to us, okay?
If you drive by if you see the blue van, the Pacifica van driving by, and you see bills flying out of it, it's Rick and I.
Yeah,
we just like to make it rain downtown.
We do.
But no, there was a guy one time, and he was throwing, and it's the best phrase I've ever heard. I just love it. It's so funny. He starts throwing these hundreds. He has a pool table, and he's like, "Cameraman, look at this. Cameraman, get in here, cameraman." That's what he kept saying. And he's like, "Shapow, shapow," and he keeps throwing all these hundreds. And then he goes, "Come here, cameraman." And then he goes, "Benjamin Franklin, them ain't none of your friends." Benjamin Franklin is my friend, even though he never knew me and I never knew him. But he is a friend. And but the daylight savings time, Benny boy, it's got to go. It just has to go. Sky Carlton said this: DST, daylight savings time, was first implemented in the United States during World War I as a way to conserve energy. After Benjamin Franklin, the idea was that the idea was that people would spend more time outside, less time inside, with lights on at night. After the war, states were allowed to decide whether to continue it. Some states did. DST was implemented again during World War II, and after the war, Uniform Time Act of 1966 standardized it. It was weird whenever I was broadcasting. Sometimes we would travel, and so I'd have to be very mindful of that. You get on a plane one time, and then you're like, whoa, it's the same time as I left. And that's when you would go from east to west.
East to west.
Yeah, east to west. Now, if you went from west to east, you'd lose time.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, it's weird. Now, there was an area that we were in where the time didn't change. So
it's
there's
Arizona.
Yeah, it was an area. Is it the whole state or just like the sliver?
I think it's just Arizona.
So
I think it's whole state.
Time doesn't change. And there was one sliver of some other state, one little sliver that was in another time zone. And that was
Nevada.
It was very confusing. I think it was because literally you drive, and I wonder if you're in your car and it automatically picks that up, if it's that sensitive to know. Like if you stepped,
your phone does.
If you stepped over, it would immediately know that you're in
I don't know about stepping over, but your phone changes when you're driving.
That'd be kind of cool to, I don't know how that would work.
New way for me to break my phone.
Yeah, you're just sitting there. Wee, look at this.
Hour back.
Well, let's take one more break. I want to come back and...
Reminds me of the place we go, the ice can.
Yeah,
cave,
ice
Fire and
cave.
Ice Cave.
Where's this at?
Gallup, New Mexico.
Fire and Ice Cave?
Yeah, Fire and Ice
Is there
Cave.
fire and ice in this cave?
Well, it's old lava tubes, from millions of years ago. But there's one place in the lava tube that, due to the convection currents, has got ice down in it.
Huh.
And it's 110 outside.
Yeah, it's 110 outside, and down in here, due to the way it's made, just an accident of nature, it's got ice in it, and it condenses in there. And you walk down some steps to get there, and she's back here, hot, cold. She spent 20 minutes on them steps, stepping
Just
back.
playing because like when you go, if you've been to Vegas and it's hot outside and you go into a restaurant or anything, it's going from like 100 to 70. This is going from 110 to like 25.
Wow.
On the course of one step.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of like up here you're sweating, and then down here you're just like, where's my coat? And just back and forth between one step.
Could you take half a step and then you could fill it on both?
She played with it quite a while. I'm old.
And
the steps were all I could take.
And it's just...
Is it one step, like literally one step?
Well, it's a whole staircase, but it's one step where you can feel it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's right off of I-40.
And what's it called?
Fire
and Ice Cave.
Yeah.
Fire and Ice Cave in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm. We're right on the edge before you get to the next stage.
They used to mine out the ice before electricity and sell the ice in town, and that's how the people that owned the property made their money. And then they kept their milk and the eggs and things like that down in the cave. And they mined out 14 feet of it. And then, of course, when electricity came about and that kind of did away with their business, the 14 feet came back. So it's back to the original level it used to be when they first started 100 or 200 years ago mining it.
So this is I'm just looking here, this is to the west of Albuquerque.
Yeah, it's right it's very close to the border of New Mexico.
The west of Albuquerque, yeah, and it's on that border close to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cave and Bandera Volcano.
Yeah.
So I guess, is that where the heat's coming from? Is that volcano?
The volcano's an old, dried up, collapsed
desert,
cone.
so that's why it's hot.
Wow.
It's an old cone volcano. We walked up to the top
How do y'all
of it.
find this kind of... See, I feel like I'm left out. I don't know how to find this kind of stuff.
We found it just driving down the interstate.
We were just, we had a little extra time, so we stopped.
Did you see a sign for it? It said Fire and Ice? And
there's big billboards.
Then looked at the phone and went, oh, let's stop here.
That's cool. It's one of those big signs that says, tourist trap, turn here, but it ends up being a cool one.
Walnut Canyon was another one that was really interesting.
Walnut Canyon in Arizona. Pretty cool.
Never heard of them. See, I need to hang out with you guys more often. We need to go on a road trip. Then y'all can be like, go here, go here, go here, go here. Y'all could be like the...
We're not going to Utah.
Now, when y'all travel, do y'all do it like Lampoon movies, where Chevy Chase had like, we're going here, we're going here, we're going here, or is it just free flowing?
Yeah, we free flow.
That's what I like to do. Have you ever been with anybody though, like on a vacation, they have everything organized to like the minute?
When we went to Disney.
Yes. I called it the Disney Death March.
Who did this? It was Kaye. Did you regret it afterwards, Kaye?
We took the grandchildren and no.
You didn't know? No, I don't mean did you regret the trip. I mean, did you regret like the by the minute organizing of where y'all were going?
No, I mean I'm paying that much money to go that park. And if you get to this park, you can go an hour early. If you get a fast pass, you can this, and this. And yes, we walked 14 miles, but we saw the whole park.
I literally walked 14 miles one day.
And we rode all the rides.
Literally.
I need to do that. I'd probably go there. I'd go there at 2:40. I'd come out at like 2:05. That'd be great.
I kept a diary of it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Disney Death March Day 3. Disney Death March Day 5.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I posted it on Facebook.
This is great. I need to find this. So, well, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about what is it the day of. There's something going on. Maybe a little bit more Wednesday wisdom. We talked about some biting a while ago. Can we bring that up here in a few moments after we take a break? Is that okay?
Yeah, or I've got a new one for you. You haven't heard yet.
Okay, we'll have the new one when we come back. Some Wednesday wisdom. What day is it? And also today's impossible question. What is it? I have no idea.
That's impossible for me to know.
It's impossible for me to know right now. But I do know what it is. We'll have it when we come back. Reminder, friends, we are giving away some Cafe Texan gift cards. And all you got to do, Rick, what's that keyword?
Deer.
My dear.
Well, D-E-E-R.
Yeah, deer. Deer is the keyword. By the way, that deer it wasn't in Elkins Lake. That was in Highway 19 is where that little lady hit us, yeah. Did a lot more damage than I thought. I thought it was just the grill, but it ended up being the quarter panel, the horn jammed into the compressor, apparently.
Oh, that's not good.
There was meat and hair on the side of the truck. Somehow it hit the front, slammed the side. It just wanted to give me a little high five on the way out.
Yeah.
And I have it on I need to get the video and download it. I have it saved on my Ring camera because I have a Ring truck camera, and you just see it staring at you in one frame, and then boom, that's it. Out of nowhere. But that's why the keyword is deer this week. I just wanted to honor those little fellers. Thank you for hitting my car, and also thank you for chewing up Bridget's beautiful birthday magnolia tree. Keyword is deer, along with your name, on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line 936-339-0139. Before we take a break, I wanted to mention something about 0 Degree. Ask Rick for his business card when you're out and around town. You may get a special treat.
You might.
You might get a special treat. It's one of the most unique business cards in town. It's got a lot of flavor to it. I'll just say that. So 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. Text that in along with your name. Dear 936-339-0139. As always, our shows every wonderful Wednesday. We would not be here without our friends from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Over 25 years of educational excellence. 27 years to be exact. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. 27 years.
A little more.
27 plus years of educational excellence here in Walker County. We'll take a break. We'll wrap it up when we come back. We'll have that Wednesday wisdom, what's it's the day of, and more. Stay with us. This is your show here on a Wednesday, brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise. We'll be right back after this.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
So, what's inside the mysterious little box?
What box? Oh, that box over there.
You went to Elliott.
Wait, don't open it yet. Oh, and yes, I went to see Elliott's Jewelers just a couple of days ago.
Inside the box, is it golden?
Well, I was a little concerned about the price of gold because it's high, but Elliott really helped me find something beautiful and monetarily agreeable.
Oh, well, hey, can I open it now? Please?
Whoa, just a little longer. You have to at least wait until Christmas Day.
Oh, well, I can do that.
Elliott's Jewelers. Fine jewelry and engravable gifts. Schedule your appointment at elliotsjewelers.com.
That's ELLIOTTS Jewelers.com.
Make sure there's something extra special inside the mysterious little box you give this season.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville. Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, a little rocking out music here this morning. How about this today? You know, it's been in the 50s in the morning, 67 degrees as you're waking up today. 67. Rick's got his jacket on. But, man, it is hot this October. 87 degrees today is the high, and that is not common for this time of the year to be in the upper 80s, usually the low to mid 80s.
Yeah. Well, when I grew up, when October rolled around, Halloween, it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's up in the Panhandle. It doesn't do that here.
Well, I remember years yonder.
It was years yonder.
Years yonder.
Like 50, 60. Yeah, pretty close to 60.
60?
I'm 65.
No, you were not.
I am so.
No, you're not. You don't even look like it.
I am.
I joined the 60 Club Sunday.
No, you didn't. Did you really?
She's 60 now.
That's right. I shared your post. And I forgot all about it on this show for today. And we're not going to forget about it right now.
Happy birthday
belated to you. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday, dear Kaye. Good harmonizing.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
I sang it to her.
Rick, that was really good harmonizing.
We do that well. We should go on the road.
All right, you ready, Rick? On the old rugged cross. Come on, Rick.
He's a good singer.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
Do you see the harmonize? Why did we not? Did we just become best friends? Yep. Sorry, Kaye. It's just a thing between Rick and I. It's our only thing that we have.
We're dumplings.
So as a member of the Dumpling Club, you guys can do it.
Well, Kaye has some Wednesday wisdom for us. We'll wrap up here in just a little bit. But, Kaye, what do you got for us today?
Okay. You know those little pouches that baby food comes in nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you give them to
Daily.
Braylon?
Daily. Stonyfield yogurt. It's good. It's organic. It's good yogurt. It's pricey, but yes, daily.
Okay.
But she does eat with her fork and her spoon and all that too.
So there are children that are growing up that they're being given these pouches almost universally for their meals. And it's affecting their speech development. It's affecting their mouth development. And it's also affecting their health because most of those pouches are full of sugar and preservatives. And then also the pouches are not recyclable.
Ooh.
So they're great for, if you've got to go somewhere in a car, to have a little snack or go on an airplane or something like that. But for daily use, for every meal, over and over and over again, it's like the phones. You've got to moderate what you're doing because otherwise you're messing with their mouth. And even the babies, feeding them with a spoon is better because it's making their mouth move and working on that jaw development and the tongue and things like that needs to be moving for speech.
Yeah, you're right. Thinking about that, we do it with usually just one meal, but they still have a fork, a spoon. Caden is even learning a spoon now with macaroni, which is really, but he misses sometimes. And then it just goes on the floor, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Well, and it's messy.
Yeah.
I mean, them learning how to eat, and it's all over the floor. It's all over them. It's all over you. And you get try to get the airplane in the mouth, and things like that, and all the different games you play. And, the pouch is just here, and it's easy.
Rick's over here. We're laughing because I know Rick, that's his problem when he eats. He's like, it just flies off. You're right, though. In those pouches, we're very careful with our, we get this Stonyfield organic. It's really good yogurt that we give them. But the other stuff, we don't, I'm not all about that. And Braylon is at a point now to where she doesn't even really want the yogurts anymore. So she's kind of growing out of that phase, which is kind of weird. I didn't realize how quickly children's palate changes. They can go 1 week from loving something to the next week. I don't like that. Yeah. Like, you ate it last week.
Well, as a 2-year-old, it's not necessarily their palate changing. It's they've learned to say no. There's only 2 things that a 2-year-old could control. When they go to the bathroom and what they eat. And so a lot of times that's how they assert their independence, is by saying no, they don't want something or something like that. It's not necessarily their palate's changing. It's they've learned to say no, they don't like it or they don't want it or things like that.
Well, if they assert their independence, I'm going to assert the authority and say, no, you are going to eat that.
Do you let her pick out what clothes she's going to wear?
Give her options, either or. Not just like go hog wild and pick out. And the same way when she goes to eat, I'll say, do you want an apple juice or a milk? I give her either or. It's like when you go to, listen, I love, what is it, Los Pericos?
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I love all of we have such good restaurants. Rodeo, Los Pericos, Los Panchitos. Wait.
Los Panchitos.
Panchitos Mendoza.
No.
Miles.
Miles Panchitos.
Did you know about this, Kay? Miles Panchitos is Rick. I forgot about it. Welcome in, Miles, by the way. I even created a logo for him last week. But we were at Los Pericos. Man, did you know they have like a number 120 on their menu? So there's 1 through 120 plates. Guys, y'all have great food, but that menu is, it's so much you can choose from. It's overwhelming. I didn't want my children to see anything like, I was like, do you want chicken or this? I just gave them either or because it's easier.
But every time you give them a choice, like what they're going to wear, even if you pick out the outfits or you're giving them a choice of do you want milk or apple juice, and watch how much apple juice you give them, you're helping them make decisions and learn how to live with those decisions. And the average age that they'll be offered drugs is usually about between 8 and 10 years old. So if they've never been allowed to make decisions, when somebody offers them drugs or here, try this candy or something like that, then if they have that experience of making decisions and consequences and stuff, they're more likely to use drugs.
I never even thought of it like that. Wow. Okay, that is your Wednesday wisdom, as we call it, Wednesday wisdom.
Wednesday.
You got 3 or 4 thrown in there.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you, Kay. Hey, got a few things here before we wrap up. Today, by the way, 1910. Have you ever heard of Blanche Scott? Heard of Amelia Earhart, right? Amelia Earhart. Well, Blanche Scott, right there in that same league. 1910, she became the first woman to make a solo public airplane flight. Now, she'd go around the world. Amelia Earhart was around the world, right? Is that where she became?
Well, she didn't make it all the way.
Yeah. Never found
Her and Frank Noonan disappeared over the Pacific.
Well, it was Blanche Scott, though, who became the first woman to make a solo public airplane flight. 1910, women couldn't vote, so she figured that she might as well do something. Yeah. So she got in an airplane. Some people congratulated her, but many of them just yelled, "Duck!" The reason is the plane was only 12 feet above ground. Somehow Cleveland still found a way to lose her luggage. So Blanche Scott, 1910. I don't know why Cleveland always loses your luggage. I was in Cleveland, Ohio, and they lost something of mine. And it's like this, you hear about people joke saying, oh, they lost the luggage in Cleveland. They really do. They lose their luggage in Cleveland.
Remind me not to go to Cleveland.
1940.
I drive through Ohio, so.
Ohio. Do you ever say Ohio when you cross the state line? 1941, Walt Disney's full-length animated feature Dumbo was released. Guess what? It's still going right now, right here with me. Critics predicted it would be a hit when elephants fly. The rest is history. But there you go, Dumbo, 1941. 1946, the UN, United Nations, met in New York City for the first time. Of course, being the first day, nothing was accomplished. Kind of amazing how that streak still continues on to this day.
Still going on.
1956, the first video recording on magnetic tape was televised coast to coast. Pretty cool there. On this day in 1973, we'll get a little political this morning, President Nixon agreed to turn over his secret White House tape recordings. 1973, turned those over. And then in 1979, the U.S. Congress approved a standby gasoline rationing plan.
Yep.
Back in the day. That was when Congress did things. 1979. Hey, today is National Horror Movie Day today. A little spooky.
Really?
Ooh, spooky movie. I'm not really a scary movie type guy, are you?
Yeah, my life's too scary for me to watch them.
The ones that I
I'm
really
living
liked.
right now.
I mean, they got a little bit vulgar at times, but it was the what were the Final Destination movies? Those were always pretty cool because it was like they cheated death and then death came back to get them. Kind of weird movies. Today is National Boston Cream Pie Day today. Boston Cream Pie Day today. Swallows depart from San Juan Capistrano Day. The Swallows are departing today. What do they have? A big celebration? Have a big, chairs.
I can wash my car today.
It's also National Car Wash Day in that area. National Mole Day today. Now, I don't know if that's the animal or if it's these little guys that are on you. I got one on my ear that's really weird. I've had that thing forever. You have any weird moles, Rick?
Yes, I do.
You Moley over there. How you doing, Moley?
Yeah. I've got one that looks like Richard Dixon's profile.
It'd be cool if you had one that looked like Trump's hair. That'd be awesome. That'd be the greatest one ever. It's also National TV Talk Show Host Day and National iPod Day. Are iPods still a thing?
It's all when I plug my phone into my truck, it says iPod.
It says iPod, yeah. Well, that's kind of weird. So those are a few things that you need to know about today. Doug Flutie turned 61, the retired quarterback. Doug Flutie, I think he's making like pain medication commercials now or something. It's like Shaq.
He probably needs to.
Shaq does those icy hots, and then there's a golfer who does like some back one. They're getting really old, though, when they start doing like IBS commercials. All right. There's really nothing else. Did you ever? Baywatch star Michael Newman died at 68, heart complications.
Really?
Yeah, I did not know that. I knew who he was, man. That's pretty tough. Chick-fil-A launching a new app that will offer free digital fun for families. There you go, Kay. Wow, Chick-fil-A getting into free digital fun. Kid-friendly shows, podcasts, games, recipes, and more. It launches November the 18th. Chick-fil-A getting in the brain rotting. Congratulations, Chick-fil-A. Thank you for that. MoneyGram has confirmed it was hacked and customers' information is now out there. I've used MoneyGram before. They have been hacked. Your info is out there if you've used them.
I pretty much think everybody's been hacked and everybody's information is out there. If anybody wants to, bad guys want to get it.
check this out. There's boy, I left North Dakota too soon, Kay. North Dakota, vote coming up. Interesting vote coming up in North Dakota. Measure 4. If it passes on Election Day, North Dakota would become the first state to end property taxes.
Wow.
Yeah, but here's the deal. They're going to make up for it somewhere else.
Oh, they always do.
Oh, yeah.
But still, kind of weird there that's happening.
North Dakota only has 8,000 people.
North Dakota. No, there's 350,000 where I was at. It's crazy. Tic Tac, a new flavor. How about Citrus Adventure, including lemon, lime, and mandarin breath mints? Tic Tac with a new Citrus Adventure. I just wanted Rick to say Citrus. And DiGiorno, their Thanksgiving pizza's back.
Thanksgiving pizza.
Got introduced in 2023. It's a pizza topped with all the Thanksgiving trimmings, including turkey gravy, green beans, cranberries, and crispy onions in Kroger stores. The day after someone eats that, there will be a lot of people hurting.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty gross. Here is the impossible question before we wrap up. In what country was Haagen-Dazs ice cream invented? Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Where was it invented?
Switzerland?
No. It's a Norwegian country.
Haagen-Dazs.
Northern country. I would say Sweden.
Sweden? Haagen-Dazs. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Women say flowers and jeans are the two top things they like to splurge on.
She never splurges on anything.
You always wear jeans, Kay. Right.
Yeah.
Always. I always wear these Kroger, or not Kroger, it's Costco pants. You get these things for like $15. As I've gotten older, I'm like, I like these. $15 pants. They're comfortable.
I have this problem called 34-inch legs.
And it's hard to find something, right?
It's hard to find ladies' clothes.
I cannot find clothes that fit.
I'm a 38-32, and it's hard to find those for some reason. A 38-32 is really hard for me.
Yeah, you can't find 34-inch inseams.
Yeah, wow. Well, flowers and jeans, the top things to splurge on. The busiest highway in North America runs through Toronto in Canada. I wonder what that is. I wonder what highway that would be.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny they say this. Did you know? And they don't even tell us what it is. 68% of millennials do not own a toaster. Do not own a toaster. And cleaning out your truck can save you $35 a year in fuel costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
$35 a year saved.
Every 100 pounds
every 100 pounds costs another gallon, I think.
Man, that'll save me $3 of fill up if I can lose 100 pounds, get down to 140. Although I'd be
it's not just your truck; it's what's in your trunk and everything else. I mean, if you drop 100 pounds off your car's weight by what you're carrying around,
it's how much junk you have in the trunk. I just had to throw it in.
Some people do have junk in their trunk.
This was funny that we mentioned this. So back in the day, a little business I had in Georgetown too, and had this for a little while. It was called Junk in the Truck, and we were a junk hauling company.
Oh,
and I would get tongue twisted. And I'm like, "Hello, this is Rob with Junk in the Truck," and then Junk in the Trunk, and it was Junk in the Truck. Anyways, here it is. Haagen-Dazs. What country was invented?
It'd be Denmark.
Denmark was an answer. You said Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never guessed this. I would have said one of those countries. The United States is where it was invented. So there you go. That one threw everybody off today. Hey, well, a lot of people joining us. We wanted to say a shout out before we go. Big shout out to Santa Saucier joining us. Good morning. Rebecca, my sister, saying good morning, Huntsville. She's saying get your goats this morning. That was our phrase growing up. We'd always say get your goats. It was just a fun. See, only she and I would think that's funny.
Get your goats.
Get your goats. Just go out and get your goats this morning. I don't even remember that. It's been a long time. Phyllis Dillard, good morning. My sister said she likes the new setup in here, by the way. Autumn Wheaton joining us, saying good morning, Huntsville family. Many others on with us today. Matt Childers, good morning to you, Matt. Matt is now over at First Financial Bank. So congratulations, Matt. That is public information now. We wanted to wish you well. Man, appreciate you. Christine Mitchell joining us. By the way, Christine, I have the jewel. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Never mind. Just kidding. Christine, we have something here possibly. So I don't know if we do or not. Anyways.
Only me.
Yeah, I don't know if we do or not. All right, the many other people joining us, but we got to go. Thank you to everybody today. There was a ton of people that were on the Huntsville, Texas news and events. Many of you were chiming in there also. Sorry I cannot get to all of those, but we appreciate Sky Carlton. I'll give her a shout out as I'm scrolling through. Kyle Kreiner was here. Mayor Humphrey, thank you for joining us as well. A couple of folks too. Debbie Griggs. Do you know Debbie Griggs, by the way? She said Thank you, Kaye, for mentioning the sugar when you were talking about, I think, the pouches or something. So Debbie may be a new watcher as well. Oh, and you know what I forgot, Rick?
What?
Totally forgot this. Sorry. I'm getting used
Address
to
me
this.
as Miles.
I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to this new setup. And it's kind of like when you change your desk.
Mm-hmm.
You still have things on the desk, right? But it kind of feels different. It takes you a while to get accustomed to it. I made a huge mistake today, and I was about to end the show without doing something. And do you know what that was?
Call your
I
caller.
was about to call somebody and totally forgot about it. So let's head over to the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line, as we do have a winner today.
You had a chance for a card.
Yeah, could have just gave it to you, Rick. We could have just easily gave it to you today. And you know what? We didn't do that. So we do have a winner today. I'm going to punch in the number here. Let's see this. Normally I can copy and paste, but I'm doing things a little different today. So here we go. Let's head over. They even get a little intro music, Rick.
Oh, I like it.
Hello.
Hello, this is Wilma Jean and Earl here.
What are you doing?
Nothing. We're just trying to have fun. There's Wilma. Who's Wilma Jean?
I don't know, but
You don't sound like Wilma Jean.
you sound like Wilma Jean.
No. Yeah, you do not sound like a woman. I'm sorry.
Well, it's just. Oh, you know who's here with us? Miles Panchitos.
Yeah, Miles Panchitos.
No credit, don't sweat it. It's okay.
Miles Panchitos and Raul.
Right. Oh man. Kaye, do you know who we're talking to?
No.
Give us a hint without saying your name. Just say one thing that you do, and then Kaye will probably know who you are.
Flowers.
Ah. How are you this morning?
Leah.
I'm good.
Hey, did anybody?
How are y'all?
That doesn't sound like Leah.
Yeah, that's Leah.
It's Leah Linebeck.
I believe you, but it
Yes,
doesn't sound
it's
like
me.
Leah, how are you doing? What's going on? What's happening at Sweet Caroline? You're doing events nowadays, right? Give us some updates. What's happening?
Yeah, we have fully switched to events, which includes funerals and stuff as well, but events and weddings, and we've been quite busy. We did the statue's 30th anniversary celebration last night, and that was so fun.
Do you know, I had no idea that was happening.
I didn't
Was
either.
there any public information about that, or was it like an invite only? Because I would have loved to go to that or at least cover it. I had no idea about it.
I thought it was a public event, but I'm not 1% sure.
Like, there's been so many public events that we've missed, like that. I didn't even know the school district was having the homecoming parade.
Yeah.
And we send out that newsletter to 2,000 people. Man, we want people to know, Leah. We want people to know. Hey,
Yeah.
Since you're doing all these events, you
Well-
just slide us information slide us some
I know. I was like,
information.
I will start just telling you what's going on, Rob. I'll
That
be
would
your
be great.
411 on event.
Yeah. Well, how can people get in touch with you now? I know that you had shut down the location and now working from home, but you're still rocking and rolling. So, what are you primarily focusing on, and how can people get in touch with you now?
Sure, yeah. The phone number, the 936-291-6929, is still available to call or text on. So you can reach us that way. That's probably the best way to reach me. But we are just taking weddings for next year, and we're involved with Lone Star Lights this year.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing all the interior decorating for them this year and everything. So we have some big events coming up and everything, so we're really excited.
Yeah, wonderful. We appreciate you, Leah.
Yeah.
$25 to Cafe Texan today. So thank you for that and for giving it back to Rick and I. We're going to have a great lunch. Okay. So thank you.
No, I think Matt and I will go, but thank you for trying.
Yeah. We'll have it up here at first. You can pick it up any Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3, but you got a month to pick it up. Our new rule is if you don't get it in 30 days, it goes into Rick's pocket. So
Perfect. I
yeah.
will make sure I'll be by there today.
All right. Well, hey, before we go, Kaye's got a question for you.
What are you thankful for today?
What I think what?
What are you thankful for?
Oh, what am I thankful for? I am really thankful for this community. Like, the support they give us is astounding, and how the Lord is just using them and working in them is just awesome. I really am proud of Huntsville and what they're doing.
Amen. Well, there you
Amen.
go. Hey, whenever you remember that one song? It was like, gotta keep them separated. Da-na-na-na-na-na. You remember that song? Do you know what I'm talking about? You don't know that song?
No.
Well, I was thinking about you because of decorating. Gotta keep it decorated. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So
That's my new theme song right there.
We'll send it
Rob's
to you.
going to sing it for us.
Yeah, because the Sweet Caroline, that's just too
Oh, I like that one.
Too cliche.
What about
I know.
I can't get no decoration?
I can't get no decoration. Maybe that's what I was trying to. I don't know.
But I can deliver satisfaction.
Oh,
That's true. And
okay.
she gave Kaye, I asked her to give Kaye a plant, and it's beautiful.
Nice. Well, you
for her birthday.
You are a rock star, Leah. We love you and appreciate you, and thanks for all that you
Thank
do.
you.
All right, there you
Yeah,
go.
thank you guys. Love y'all. Talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Almost want to say holla to playa for some reason. So, all right, that'll wrap it up. Fun morning this morning. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. We got to get rolling. I've got a bunch of college stuff to do later today, which will be exciting. So I may not make it to Rotary today, but it's our new term started at ORU this week, which is very fun. So, yeah, it'll be a fun day. We're excited. How did y'all like the setup real quick before we go?
I liked it.
Is
I liked it.
Did it end up being comfortable?
Except for this chair.
Is the chair really not comfortable?
It's not for me. I've got arthritis in my hips.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Arthritis.
Arthritis.
Poor old.
Because I'm 65.
I'll get you a cushion next time.
I might need a cushion.
I'll get you one of those blue donuts with that little red thing on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Little medicated red tip.
Yeah. Great. That'd be fantastic. It's the hips, not anything else.
Oh, hips don't lie. That's for sure, Rick. So, well, hey, Huntsville, we love you. We appreciate you. Hey, by the way, if any of you ever want to just come hang out with us during the show, we're here. We do have folks come in from time to time at the studio. We're here at First Baptist. Super easy to get to, and we'd love to have you. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 7:30, as we continue promoting all the good in Huntsville. Make sure you join us. We will be with Jason Bay and First tomorrow here, and then we'll wrap it up on Friday with Teresa Verrier joining Billy and I to wrap it up. We'll also go back to the restaurant report on Friday, and we would love for you to join us. We will wrap it up with that. Huntsville, we love you. We appreciate you. Again, tomorrow's promise. For more information on how your children can excel in the Montessori education, please visit tomorrowspromise.info. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Kaye and the staff directly there. Or if you see me around town, ask me, and I'll be more than happy to give you the information on how they've been a blessing to our children as well. As I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please, please, please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until tomorrow morning at 7:30, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you, Rick and Kaye.
Thank you.